Seeing that her deskmate's lunchbox only had one dried, hard sour plum, the girl took the initiative to offer him some of her own food. She even lied, saying she was on a diet lately and hoped Jack could help her finish it. Maybe sensing her sincerity, Jack didn't refuse, but picked up a piece of pork chop and put it in his mouth. Sure enough, what hit his taste buds was an unprecedented deliciousness. Seeing Jack rave about her cooking, the girl wore a look of complete satisfaction. The reason she cared about Jack so much was because he'd helped her when they were kids. Back then, classmates often bullied her, but facing everyone's mockery, Jack didn't seem to mind, and would even thoughtfully help pick the gum off her pants. From that moment on, Jack became the most important person in her life. Then, not long after, during an exam, Jack, who always ranked first in the grade, suddenly dropped to second. Worse still, the new top student deliberately came over to taunt him, saying his family was too poor to afford tutoring. Jack didn't want to pay attention, but unexpectedly, the snobbish teacher also came to humiliate him, his words full of ridicule toward Jack's impoverished family. That made Jack clench his fists without holding back. Little did he know, the whole scene was seen by the girl. So that day, while the teacher was on duty downstairs, a vase suddenly thrown from upstairs hit him on the head. It was the girl who did it. Her next target was the boy who'd taken first place in the grade. That night, she called the boy over to tutor her, but halfway through explaining a problem, the girl suddenly leaned in close and asked if he'd ever been kissed. That left the boy completely flustered. Unexpectedly, right then the girl slowly stood up, then without another word, kissed him. It turned out she wanted to use her looks to make the boy neglect his studies. Sure enough, before long Jack climbed back to the top of the rankings, while the boy fell to last place. But what the girl didn't expect was that the boy still wanted to tutor her. This time she dropped the act and showed her true colors, humiliating him. Feeling insulted, the boy immediately told Jack what happened. So that afternoon, the girl received a note from Jack. She knew Jack already knew everything, so she took the initiative to meet Jack and confessed everything. The girl knew that saying this meant their relationship was over. So, to leave no regrets in her youth, she found the courage to express her feelings. Only then did Jack realize how much she'd done for him all along. But the girl's actions were still something Jack couldn't accept. Disappointed, the girl decided to end her life. But at the very last moment, she made a bold decision. Since Jack already hated her, she'd take him with her. Unexpectedly, at the final second, Jack actually agreed. The girl was caught completely off guard. It turned out Jack had always liked her too, but before she could react, Jack hugged her and poured out his confession wildly. At first, the girl was lost in the surprise, but what she never imagined was that as he spoke, Jack walked forward and then started unbuttoning his shirt. The next second, while the girl was still stunned, he pushed her down to the ground. The girl never could have guessed that the boy she'd liked since childhood would